The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
And in the midst that I ain't had no job, so I was like, okay, I'm going to start off making a couple dollars, just do this and that, and turn it to this and that. But once I got locked up a couple times, it became real.
Yeah, it's a serious reality.
A couple
check,
people got killed and shot, then it became real.
And you're sitting there witnessing some of it. Yeah,
exactly. So that's when you kind of
it's amazing we don't have, and if we do, we don't know it. PTSD, bro.
Oh, I suffer from that. I suffer from that. Yeah, I jump up and run down the steps.
Well, I know your situation that popped off. You know what I mean?
So I've had some situations where I might be asleep, wake up, run outside, and my wife tell me I'm outside in my underwear. But I don't remember it.
Wow.
But yeah, I've had a couple of incidents, but nothing to bother me, like stop me from,
like living.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that's the thing that with people.
Well, that's probably the thing that has kind of waxed my heart kind of cold too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see that's the thing I think that people don't understand is that people glorify the streets and all that stuff.
And
but
when
they
you're in it, you do.
Yeah, but when people don't look at the part after that,
right?
Or
Post.
Like when you go through it, like nowadays people think it's a badge of honor if you went
did
to jail,
5 years,
all this, but they don't look at the stuff about
what you had to endure.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's not easy to walk away from, man. And, you might be close to somebody today, you don't see them, or something you could have done could have affected your family, or all that. So it's not to be glorified.
Which in my case, it did.
Yeah, and then that's the other piece, having like a strong foundation, maybe like your mom.
Right.
Just knowing that we didn't hurt them.
Yeah.
It's a lot to go with that. And then as you start growing, you start realizing that it's not just me.
Right.
Okay, because when you're young, you think you're invincible.
You're selfish.
Yeah, you're more selfish.
Yeah,
but then when you realize, dang, I done made my mom cry. You be like, wow.
I didn't let my mother come see me.
Me neither.
You will never have this vision.
But actually, I was so scared of my mother, right? Because she told me, she said, if you get locked up, don't call me. And I'm like, why I can't call you, Mom?
Who else am I call? them friends you hanging out there with.
So when I did get arrested and they were like, okay, well, the first thing they let me out, we just got to call your mom. I was like, I'd rather stay.
How many days? I could be at my friend's house.
I do not want to hear. There's something about that mom thing that kind of makes you be like man.
It meant something.
Yeah, but I think that's the other piece that you have to realize is that we were blessed to have somebody in our corner. Like we might have slid this way, but at the end of the day, we had somebody that was in our corner opposed to somebody that don't have nobody. And that's why I don't judge people, because I am not the one to say they're that person, because of what they could have no foundation.
Absolutely. And you saying that makes me think of the conversation you and I had a while back when we were talking about Winfred and them. When, how it was weird dynamic, because I was jealous of you guys because you all lived up in these beautiful homes. According to you was jealous of us because we had cousins. We had 27 cousins.
Family. I'm like, man,
where my family at?
Exactly.
Because even your sister was away,
right? Exactly.
Like in college or off somewhere, right? Exactly. So it was you and your mom and your dad till your dad passed.
Exactly.
But I remember the conversation you and I had. And we were talking about that, and then you was like, "Yeah, but think about when you had the conversation with Renford and what he said."
Right, he said that because remember at that time you used to stay in fights with him. I used to stay in fights. Oh man, and they were bad back then.
They were bad. See, we was just doing mischief.
Yeah, they were like bad. And I remember he had got shot, and he was in a wheelchair, and by then he came, and I saw him, and we was talking. He's like, "Yeah, Fats, man. Just want to let you know, man, y'all were good dudes, man. We were jealous of y'all. That's why we used to start stuff with y'all." I was like, jealous of what?
We ain't nobody had
Exactly. We ain't had that, dude. He was like, nah, man, y'all had structure. And he told me that. He said, at 5th grade, I'd come in the house 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night on a school night. My mother ain't going to say nothing.
Yeah.
He said, we used to watch y'all parents be like, if you don't get this house with these street lights. He said, so we was jealous. We just didn't know it.
Yeah.
And I always remembered that, man. Yeah. And and that's what I think that's the other piece to that. When you start understanding the psychological reasons why people do I don't think people are just born bad.
Right.
Certain circumstances that push certain stuff a certain kind of way.
Well, there's been this ongoing debate of is nurture or nature. You know what I'm saying? And I know in a lot of cases, in most cases, I think it's a combination of the two.
Right.
I would think for like him, it was both because nurture said, "Mom, let me come in at midnight."
Right. Exactly.
And then nature said, "Look what's happening out there, and I'm getting involved in it."
Right.
You
exactly.
see what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I totally agree, and I think that's why you never judge people.
Right.
And at the end of the day, rest in peace, Winfrey, because like see, they turned out to be good guys. And as much
and
as
I never got to see that side.
You know what's funny, because how we used to think they was the baddest, but when you remember, I had the car first. Remember, so then they had Buddy. They was like, well, we'll treat you to the go-go, but we gonna go to the go-go on the other side of town. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then I saw how real they were, because they were like, okay. Let's be cool. And I'm like, them telling us to be cool.
Around Kennedy Street.
I'm thinking that they right. But that's when I started seeing it.
You probably nervous being with them.
I'm thinking, okay. So then when I went, and then I'm seeing how they act to the guys on that other side, like, these guys need to be played with, man. Be cool. And I was like, whoa, we didn't even do that. Like, and that's when I realized they just like us.
Right.
They just like us. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man is a man, woman is a woman. It's just the circumstances that can kind of push you in a certain kind of direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we probably could have been real cool had they not been that way.
Right.
But there was definitely, I guess you can say, a chasm between us because we were on first and Kennedy.
Right.
We never went to third or fifth.
Right. Exactly.
We always stayed on first. They'd come down.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and try to wreak some kind
but
of
see,
havoc
if
or
you
whatever.
ever look at it though, it's kind of like that saying, what is it? Birds of a feather flock together. Because although you grew up 2 blocks from me, you was in the apartment, I was in the house, but our mannerism, our personalities were still the same. That's why people that you kind of attract, like as buddies and stuff, want to kind of be like you. You know what I'm saying? And like all their friends, they kind of like the same. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them didn't make it past 20-some years old.
Young,
and they were just
even remember Popeye?
That which passed. Like it was a crew, like at least 6 of them that passed away. And like again, we had people pass, but it was not that many.
Right.
And because we just was, we were different, cut from a different
moved
cloth.
different, yeah.
And that's how it is. As you get older, you start realizing that I kind of vibe more with these type of people. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, like you say, you can grow up in the same neighborhood, but you just got different moral beliefs, and that's where it crossed. Like, okay, I can get in a drug game, but I'm not going to rob you.
I ain't gonna let them rob you. Yeah, because that's the stuff we wasn't into.
Yeah, we just wasn't into